Alright, in this tutorial we're going to take a look at how to add transitions to your movie. Transitions really make the change from one scene to another much smoother, and that's going to get us some points on the scoring rubric. The way you do that is you go to Transitions down here at the bottom, and there's a lot of different choices to go through for what type of transition you want. I really recommend the Dissolve or the Wipe. Dissolve I feel like are the most common ones used. A cross dissolve is just going to kind of blend the first one into the second one. Dip to black and dip to white are going to just go from one to black and then back to the other. So I'll start with dip to black, and you just drag it and set it in between the two clips that you want it to go, that you want to transition from. So I'm going to go to these two. You can change the left or the in between or to the right. I normally just click in between, but I don't really see a big difference on that, so hit done. And now this little box up here shows that there's a transition. I'll zoom in a little bit more on that. And now when we play from this clip to this clip, we should see it dip to black. That was pretty quick, but you kind of see that. You can lengthen it by stretching it out so that now it takes longer to go to black and then back to the other video. Kind of a slower transition. So if you wanted it to switch very quickly, you could shrink it down or you could stretch it out. To take it off, you just right click on it and go to delete. Some of the other choices, the cross dissolve, I actually really like. That one, again, if I stretch it out a little bit, we'll actually see it dissolve the first one and then start fading into the second one. You see both clips kind of at the same time for a little bit there. I like to use that one quite often. Some of the other choices under the different wipes, it's going to switch from one to another. So if we do, let's try a pinwheel wipe. If we set that on there and press play, see this little pinwheel. That one seemed a little bit too fast, so I'd probably stretch it out a little bit more. And the time it may have actually been a little too slow. So it definitely takes some adjustment. This is one of the last things you're going to want to do with your video. I do want you to be careful not to pick a whole bunch of different things. That's a big thing that can kind of take away from our video. So we want to try to be kind of consistent. That's why I really prefer the dissolves. Dip to black, dip to white, or cross dissolve. Another thing that we can do at the beginning and the end is the fade. So if I click on my first clip here and go to fade, I want to fade in the video. That means it's going to start black and it's going to bring into the video. Same thing on the end, on the last one. I can right click and go to fade, and we're going to fade out the video. And what that'll do, if we go to the beginning, we'll actually see that the video starts with just black, and as it plays, and then it starts playing. That one I would actually probably even stretch it out a little bit more by moving this over. I'll zoom in on what I'm doing here. So by dragging this little keyframe over more, you'll see that the fade actually takes a longer time, so it's a slower fade. And then it starts playing. Same thing on the other end of the video. So by right clicking on it and going to fade and fade out video, now at the end we see it kind of gets dark. So that's a great way to kind of also smooth out the beginnings and the ends. So by doing that, that should help get us quite a bit of the editing points. Should help make our video look a lot smoother and just a little bit more professional. So that's the fade in, the fade out, and then the transitions in between.